Okay, today we're going to be multiplying binomials. That means polynomials with two terms. So this one's going to have two terms, and this one's going to have two terms. That means two things are being multiplied by two other things. And we're going to be using this box to help you out. So I'm going to do a few examples with you. I'm going to let you do a few examples, and then you're going to do some DeltaMath problems. I suggest that you pay attention to everything that I'm saying and practice as much as possible. I'm going to check all of the grades today and talk to you one-on-one tomorrow for those of you who did not do so good. Okay, the way that we're going to use the box is kind of the way you do it in biology, and if you haven't done it in biology, you will. They're called Punnett squares. We're going to be putting 4k minus 7 in one side, so I'm going to put 4k minus 7 times the k plus 1, plus 3. So if there's no number, it's an imaginary 1, just know that. Then we're going to be multiplying inside. So I'm going to take, because this is multiplication, right? So 4 times 1 is 4, and k times k is k squared, because there's two of them. 1, 2. So that's why it has k squared. So again, we're multiplying. Estamos multiplicando. 4 times 3 is a positive 12. This one has a k. This one doesn't have a k. So how many k's do I see? Just 1. Then right here I have 1 times negative 7 is a negative 7. How many k's do I see? I only see 1, so this is k. And then the last one, negative 7 times 3. Remember to be using your multiplication chart or Desmos. Negative 7 times 3 is a negative 21. So I'm going to put negative 21 right here. Okay, so I filled in my box by multiplying. You are multiplying. Okay, once you finish multiplying, you're going to take the diagonals, which are the same. You see this has a k and this one has a k, and you are going to add, because you are combining like terms. These two look alike, so you combine them. So what's 12 plus negative 7, or negative 7 plus 12? Put it in the calculator. Negative 7 plus 12, that gives you a positive 5. So my middle term, this right here, gives me a positive 5k. Okay? The other two, this one and this one, just come down. So this goes in the front, 4k squared, and this one goes at the end, minus 21. And that is your answer. If you don't understand it, it's okay. We're going to practice enough of these for you to understand it. Let's fill this out. I'm going to put x minus 4 right here, x minus 4. And remember, that's an invisible 1. And I'm going to put x plus 5 here, x plus 5, and this is an invisible 1. And now we're going to multiply. So what's 1 times 1? 1. What's x times x? X squared, because it's two of them. 1, 1, so that makes 2. 1 times 5 is 5, and then there's 1x. So really I'm saying x times 5 is a positive 5x. You just put the letter and the number together. And then 1x times negative 4 is a negative 4x. Remember, these two are supposed to be the same. And then negative 4 times 5, if you don't know that, you put it in the calculator. Negative 4 times 5 gives you a negative 20. So you would put negative 20 right here. So what did we say? That the first number stays, the last number stays. So my answer is going to start with x squared and then minus 20 at the end. This number right here, I get it from adding these two. You add. So put in the calculator negative 4 plus 5. And that gives you a positive 1. So this gives me a positive 1x because they both have an x, so my answer has to have an x. Okay? When you multiply, you add the exponents. When you add, you do not add the exponents. Okay? You keep it the same. Pause the video. Go ahead and try number 3 and number 4. Number 3 and number 4. Pause the video right now and work it out. Okay, so you should have paused the video. You should have worked these out. If not, I'm going to work them out for you anyways. You're going to put this on one side, 3w plus 1. You're going to put the other one on the top, 3w minus 1. And then you multiply. So I'm going to multiply these two. 3 times 3 is 9. How many w's do I see? 2. 3 times negative 1 is a negative 3. And there's 1 w here, none here, so it's 1. 3 times 1 is a positive 3. There's 1 w here, none here, so I just put 1. And then 1 times negative 1 is a negative 1. And if you don't know your multiplication charts, you should have put it in decimals. It gives you the answers. Okay? So remember the diagonals. You add them because it's the same. You're combining like terms. So add those two in decimals. Negative 3 plus 3. Negative 3 plus 3. And it gives you 0. That means 0x. That means the x goes away. So really, this 2 just canceled. So my final answer, what you should have gotten, is 9w squared from here and minus 1 from here. Because this canceled. It went away. You don't have it anymore. Okay, this is the final answer. The same thing should have happened to you here if you looked at it correctly. This is x minus 2. This is x plus 3. My terms are going to cancel, and you'll see that in a little bit. X minus 2, you should have it like that. And then x plus 2, you have it like that. Start multiplying things. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is positive 2x. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. And negative 2 times 2 is a negative 4. So what happened here? When you added them, negative 2 plus 2 zeroes out, so you cancel it. That's why I told you they were going to cancel. Oops. That's why I told you they were going to cancel. So you cancel them. Okay, so you added. It gave you a 0, so you canceled. So your answer is just x squared minus 4. Okay, 2 more. Pause the video, try to work. No, let me help you out. This is square. That means it's times itself. So 2m minus 5 goes here, and 2m minus 5 goes here. It's multiplying by itself. Same thing here. It's squared. So it's p minus 7, and it's p minus 7. It's multiplying by itself twice. Okay, so go ahead and start filling in the boxes by multiplying. Multiply these two, multiply these two. Pause the video. Let's see if you get the same answer that I get. Okay, you should have paused the video to work these problems out. Let's see if you got the same thing I got. 2 times 2 is 4. M times M is M squared. It's 2 of them. 2 times negative 5 is negative 10. You were supposed to put that in decimals. And then I have 1M. Negative 5 times 2 is negative 10. Here's an M, bring it down. And then negative 5 times negative 5 is a positive 25. Okay? Add the middle ones. These are not going to cancel because they're the same sign. Negative 10 plus negative 10 is a negative 20. See, they didn't cancel. So my answer is 4x squared minus 20x plus 25. Okay? This, I got it from these two. Then 4m squared goes right here, and the plus 25 goes right there. The last one, p times p is p squared, because it's 2 of them. P times negative 7 is negative 7p. Negative 7 times p is negative 7p. And negative 7 times negative 7 is a positive 49. Add these two. Súmalos. In decimals, negative 7 plus negative 7 is a negative 14. So the middle term is going to be negative 14p, right? Because they both have a p. The first term is p squared, and then the last term is plus 49. Okay, you're going to do a DeltaMath assignment. The first assignment that you click on, let me go to my DeltaMath assignment. It's going to be called A.10B multiplying binomials. Okay, the first one that you click on is going to look like this. So how do you do this one? You're going to have to drag. So these two go here. So you're going to drag this one here. Then you're going to drag this one here. These two go up here. So you drag here and here. Then it says to start multiplying. So you're going to start multiplying, do all your math. Negative 2x times 2x is negative 4x squared, right? Then here, negative 2x times 2 is negative 4x. Here, 3 times 2x is a positive 6x. And here, 3 times 2 is positive 6. And then hit the button that says try. Then it says correct. Now write the simplified answer in the boxes below. So what you're going to do now, oops, I clicked the wrong button. What you're going to do now is you're going to combine like terms, right? So you are combining the negative 4, the diagonals, these two, you're going to add them. And then put the answer down at the bottom. So that means my first number is negative 4x squared. When I add these two, 6 plus negative 4 is a positive 2x. Don't forget the x. And then the last number is the plus 6. Submit the answer, yes, and it'll tell you yes or no. If you get it wrong, make sure that you check why. Okay, so that's one. Then they're also going to give you something that looks like this, where they just give you the two things, and you have to write it down on your paper and make the box and do all the work and then put the answer down here. So you would do x minus 6, you would do x plus 1, and start multiplying in x squared plus 1x minus 6x minus 6, and add the diagonals. Okay, so go work on it. And there's another one too that you have to do. It's called multiplying binomials. Same thing. Do the box and